I'm just going to hand this over to Jake because Jake is for certain that LSU is damaging their coaching brand with this nonsense today.
Full tinfoil hat situation happening at LSU, bro. So I just have one question for LSU after everything that's gone down before this whole Brian Kelly lawsuit settlement situation developed.
And stuff.
Such as in like. So BK gets fired. We have the AD situation. We've all been speculating about who's going to take this job. Now we've gone full circle backwards in the wrong direction because now we're not concerned about who's taking the job. We're concerned about what LSU wants to pay Brian Kelly to not coach football. And this is I was pondering this last night. I'm sitting on the couch, flipping around, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, you can't tell me that LSU hasn't heard any of the noise and is not at all cognizant of the fact that this looks bad, just generally speaking, number one. But then number two, why would it come out publicly that there's this issue around, whether BK was fired for cause or not, or whether he was actually fired or not? Because there hasn't been, and please, in the comments section, if you know of a case in college football, you tell me and you educate me. But in my homework and looking around, I was unable to find a case where a coach had been fired and a school was able to legally get out of the buyout altogether after the fact. So I'm sitting here thinking, okay, well, then why would they be doing this? Well, in my opinion, you're doing this. The only thing that could be going on here is you have some type of leverage over Brian Kelly to have the balls to take this public. Because what else would it be? You have a contract. This is contract law. You're not getting out of this situation. So beyond the fact that you guys all look like buffoons, you look like idiots, you look terrible at business management. This is an absolute disaster. You can't tell me there is not way more going on with this situation behind the scenes than LSU just simply doesn't want to pay Brian Kelly. There's a difference between not wanting to pay a dude and having leverage over him, whether that's, stuff that happened during his tenure. I mean, who the hell knows? But there has to be more to this than, hey, we don't want to pay you 50 plus million, 53 million, and we're going to offer, I believe the offer was 25 million initially. That's a slap in the face, dude.
Here's what's happening. LSU, in court filings from Brian Kelly's attorneys, they had a meeting at LSU to fire Brian Kelly. And when you start to get into the machinations of this nonsense, you quickly understand that LSU is looking to change course because they simply don't want to pay this buyout. And the most important thing is the meeting on October 26th. This is the meeting where Brian Kelly, allegedly now we have to say, where Brian Kelly was allegedly, such as in like, fired in a meeting with Mr. Woodward, at the time the athletic director, Julie Cromer, Austin Thomas, and Verge Osbury, who is now the athletic director. In this meeting, LSU terminated Coach Kelly, acknowledging that this termination was without cause. Huge sentence.
Allegedly.
Coach Kelly, but you don't even have to say allegedly. This is what's being charged against them by Brian Kelly. Coach Kelly confirmed the substance of this meeting to Mr. Woodward later that day and noted that he would be, quote, open to LSU's desire to reach a settlement, but it had to, quote, make sense financially. Well, in the same meeting, Mr. Woodward informed Coach Kelly that LSU wished to enter into negotiations to replace the liquidated damages in the agreement with one or more accelerated payments of mutually agreeable amounts that would not be subject to offset. which means we're going to pay you a lump sum. And it doesn't matter if you look for a job or not, or if you get a job, we're still going to pay you the lump sum of $25 million. And the elimination of the agreement's provisions pertaining to mitigation and offset liquidation damages. Later that day, in a call with Ms. Cromer and Matt Laborde, LSU increased its offer to 2 installments representing a total payment of $30 million, and again, including elimination of mitigation and offset provisions. To which now LSU is saying that they don't want to pay Brian Kelly pretty much at all because they were firing him for cause. This is a really bad look for LSU. And what it says is, A, you're broke. They're not. But what it says is you don't value the people who are working for you and that you'd rather screw Brian Kelly over than pay him. And I think it makes it very difficult for any coach to take that job and feel good about taking that job over, I don't know, say the Florida job or the soon-to-be vacant Florida State job, which I think are on par with the LSU job now. That's how far I think this has fallen in Baton Rouge.
Mm-hmm.
I think LSU has fallen a couple of rungs down now that these filings have come out. Brian Kelly won. They are going to have to pay him because you would have to have him being Sanduskified to somebody. You would have to have him being car wash guy. You'd have to have him committing some incredible offense, a crime, moral turpitude. Did he bang somebody else? I don't know. But you never once, according to Brian Kelly, brought up any cause that you were firing him for other than the football program wasn't winning games, which is not cause to fire him.
And that's why I say, that's why I'm like, hey, this is either stupidity on full display.
And that very well could be. That very well could be.
It's either that or LSU feels that they have leverage of some variety that is not public knowledge yet, and they feel that that's how they can work a settlement with him. Because I can tell you right now, Brian Kelly's not taking a $30 million payout on a $53 million number. That is absolutely not happening ever. And if it does happen, now I got to start asking questions. And that's why I say it's just as worse as it could possibly be. If I'm Lane Kiffin, LSU's out. I'm not going to LSU. It just is what
it's over.
It's over. I'm not. You're off my radar. You're off my list. If I'm leaving Ole Miss, I'm going to Florida. If Lane likes the Florida State job, maybe that's on his radar. But if I'm Lane Kiffin personally, if it's me, I'm either staying at Ole Miss or I'm going to Florida. Those are the two paths, and that's pretty much it.
And I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of coaches who will not even talk to LSU until this Brian Kelly matter is settled. As a matter of family, coaching as a matter of respect, as a matter of decorum, you would not talk to a university that is suing a coach or is forcing the coach to sue them because now they're trying to fire him for cause after they fired him for being a shitty football coach.
Family.
So, and you can say what you want about Brian Kelly or not. If LSU were to somehow fire Brian Kelly post for cause, this would be a really bad precedent for a university to set.
Yes.
And I don't think that there is any way this happens.
And by the way, this also cements the fact as to why head coaches want buyouts, right? This is just digging the hole deeper for hey, I need an insurance policy if you guys go full whack job on me and don't want to pay my buyout if you decide to fire me. I mean, that's what this is doing. And I understand that the $53 million number is a big number, but you should have thought about that before you hired, dude. I mean, that's like, I'm not trying to be harsh, but that's the reality of the situation. You made a decision. You made a business decision to do this deal and sign that contract with BK to the point, let's not forget, where you were proud. You were flexing on Twitter at the governor's office about how it was BK and the people of Louisiana paying this buyout.
family.
So miss me with, oh yeah, man, wow, Brian was fired for cause and we don't have to pay for anything. No, actually he wasn't fired for cause. He was fired because he was an underwhelming football coach as usual, but you don't want to pay the guy. Like, I hate this for college football. I truly despise it.
Well, and you kind of took the wind out of my sails there. I hate what college football's become. It's a money game now, right? And not that that's necessarily a bad thing, but the offshoot, the unintended consequences of college football becoming a money game is that guys like Brian Kelly, people like LSU, people like the scumbags up north, they cheat and get rewarded with a national championship. And we're supposed to just believe this is just business. Like this, everybody's doing it. No, they're not. Everybody's not doing it. And I refuse to give in to this nonsense of everybody's doing it. I refuse to give in to it. And I think, in my opinion, I think the biggest issue here is that this is just not how you treat people. And Brian Kelly can be a terrible coach. Pay him what you contractually are obligated to pay him. You don't like the Mountain West? Go to the Pac-12, but you're going to pay what your contract says you need to pay to get there.
Yes.
Only they won't do that.
Yes.
Because that's not who we are anymore. Right? It just is, Maury Alvarez, unfortunately not in Florida yet. Looking forward to when the advocates come here. Well, there you go. There you go. James Burner account system powered by Sybil Tech.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay.
James, are they in your group? Yeah. Are you charting for the monkeys? I have no burners. I don't believe you. I just had a meeting with my advisor, headed home. Okay. Drive carefully.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Drive carefully. I want all the LSU smoke. Okay. Kurt Myers, I thought the governor took over the LSU coaching job. He tried to, and then everybody was like, nah, dude, you're stupid.
You don't know ball.
Oak State James, LSU's a dumpster fire. Look who's talking. Goldfinger, the whole situation reeks of Landry sticking his head where it doesn't belong. He talked about taxpayers paying the buyout, which is false too. It's wild. What, you mean a politician was either uninformed or lied? I don't believe that. There has been cases where the university and the coach might negotiate a bit, but never just not paying at all. Exactly right.
Yeah, agreed.
Phil Venzer, you angry son of a biscuit. Good to see you, Phil. Hope you're feeling good today. Did Baylor get out of paying off Art Briles? First of all, Art Briles constantly catches strays in these conversations. Justifiably so. Right? Off the top of my head, so please don't crucify me if I'm wrong.
You don't know ball, Monty. Come on.
I believe that Art Briles was suspended with the intent to terminate for cause and then was terminated for cause. So I believe that's how that went down. Oof. Yeah, LSU went from one of the best jobs to one of the worst because that governor and the people running things at LSU, right, Nacho? I mean, it was a good job, and then the governor started talking, and
then it was a bad job, and such as in like
the Drake drop shit was going good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not. It was.
Because shit's going good.
Yeah. Then Kendrick Lamar showed up at the Super Bowl, and yeah, everything went bad.
It's Jason Kidd.
Jason Kidd. Thank you.
Yeah.
He sounds like Drake.
He does. He absolutely
Honest question from Smitty. Is it normal for a school to offer a settlement for buyout to others? Yes. I can't remember ever hearing that before. It happens all the time. And coaches are happy to pay. Coaches are happy to pay a rebate, essentially, because if they owe you $50 million and they're going to pay that over the course of, Shohei Ohtani's contract, right? Like it's going to get deferred and paid on schedule. But if you negotiate that down to 30, we'll pay you in 2 lump sums over the next 6 months. you're going to do that. I can have 30 million now or 50 million over a decade. Give me the 30 million now. I'll figure out how to make it last. Because you hand somebody 30 million instead of 50, I can turn 30 into 100.
But if you're Brian Kelly in principle alone, you're not doing that now.
No, now it's the full thing. Because you're trying to say that Brian Kelly committed an act in violation of his contract.
And you know, I just think that Brian's not the kind of guy to walk away from a fight, in my opinion. The guy's always been happy to be a red ass, and we know he's got that in him. And I just think, I really do think that comment you made about coaches not showing interest just out of respect for Brian and the coaching profession.
Yeah.
I do think that is a pretty big underlying storyline here. Like, nobody's going to take that job right now. But then second to that, Brian Kelly, in my opinion, has a responsibility to dominate LSU in this position and set a precedent for his fellow head football coach at the Power 4 level. And if he doesn't do that, but I think he will, but if he doesn't do that, to me, that's irresponsible and just a complete lack of any type of, you know, responsibility or whatever word you want to use. It's just a total lack of vision towards where the coaching profession is going. I mean, this is as more money. What's the old saying? More money, more problems. Hey, we went from not paying any type of money to kids making money, coaches making a ton more money, and now we have these problems that we have to deal with, which inherently means that guys like Brian Kelly, who underachieve every single year and never win national championships, will end up getting screwed, or people try to screw them out of their buyout.
Yeah.
So now he's got a responsibility to make sure that he gets his buyout, that he proves a point inside of contract law. And if I'm him, not that anybody would take you anytime soon, but now I'm just chilling. Now I'm taking a year off and enjoying life because dude's already a millionaire. So all this is just proving a point.
Just reading the filing, I would encourage you guys to go read the filing. It sounds to me like they're trying to tear him down to save money. That's what it feels like to me. But, you know, Goldfinger, LSU needs to be careful before they get sued on top of having to pay the buyout. This mess will not get better for them. There's no way it improves. You're exactly right. Totally agree. LSU, pay your goddamn bills.
Boy.
Negotiate and get it up.
Okay. Bro.
Why would you say something like that? This is a family show.
Family program. Bro.
Stay hard. This is a family show.
Stay hard.
Right? Work with me, Jake.
Family.
I didn't see the end. I never read the full comment from James. Negotiating, get it up to 30 million. Okay. My bad. 50 million does not make sense financially to the governor. How about 5 million and we never see each other again? Okay.
Yeah. Wow, man. Just take 1-0 away and we're fine.
No one wants to coach in the SEC. Yeah, no.
Okay, sure. Yeah. I mean, you know, bro's only going to make $53 million, you know.
What are you talking about? At this point, Mike Gundy and LSU seem like a match made in heaven.
Yeah. I mean, right? Just cut his salary.
I'm a man.
Oh, my God.
And everything's good, dude.
So good.
Fine.
It took it from the best job in college to what, maybe 10th? Well, I mean, no job is as bad as the pedophilia facilitators.
Yeah, the knuckle deep boys.
But I think now it depends. Florida or Florida State? Because they're going to fire Mike Norvell. I mean, they talked about it Saturday night. They legitimately, I heard on Sunday morning, hey, they wanted to fire Norvell last night and couldn't get the votes done. So he's as good as gone.
Yeah.
Florida or Florida State?
I'm taking Florida, but, you know.
Okay.
I don't disagree. It's a conversation.
Yeah. It was never the best job in college football. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
What do you mean, dude?
LSU probably thought they would get him to take a big pay cut, and when he said no, they changed tactics. I think that's probably exactly right. I would imagine coaches' agents would advise against talking to LSU for now as well. I would think so. Jake, why is Monty's shot blinking? My shot is blinking?
Every once in a while, but it's not consistent, and it hasn't been a lot.
Yeah. Stupid StreamYard. You know.
Yeah.
Just cause for fake accent. I think that is just cause. You know.
Yeah.
Thank God for the Monty Show. Thank you. You know, James is a man who's got
Family.
direct access to Jesus and his papa. I appreciate that. You know. Good afternoon, Jen. Oh, wait, there's more to the comment. My bad. I never read James' full comment. I'm stuck in traffic on I-35 West. Okay. I love Jake's take on this. See, Jake? And he loves that you're wearing a purple shirt today.
So-called experts.
Bro, I don't have a purple shirt on. Sorry, bro.
It looks purple. Shut up. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Late to the party, Sergeant.
What's up,
Good to
dude?
see you. Hope you are enjoying your Veterans Day. Who will coach LSU now? Billy Napier? It's an interesting. They need to get this done quick. Quick. While you're stuck in traffic, James, oh boy, open the trunk and let Dana out. You know, Republicans always complain government overreach, yet here they are overreaching into a state institution. It's what we argued about yesterday on the show. You know, it is what it is. I think Gruden takes the LSU job. Can you take that risk? I don't think he can. James is talking snake charming. Okay.
Okay.
Big Blue Horses. LSU is not going to like the way this goes. It's a bad look. LSU clearly isn't a better job than Florida. I think clearly is correct.
Yeah.
I think if the governor had shut his face and we never heard anything else about Brian Kelly, best job in college football available. Well, and then all this happened, and now I think Florida versus Florida State's a fascinating conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating conversation. I don't know where that goes. BK went golfing too. It's his just cause. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, maybe him and Hugh Freeze can, hit the links,
This traffic is horrible.
Bro, dude, it's your burner. Why won't you just admit it? Just admit that this is your burner, bro.
This is either James's burner or a phenomenal troll job. You can't.
And with all due respect,
I think, again, how is this anything other than another accidental James from the wrong account? This is so bad, even Mike Gundy will say no to LSU. Is Velveeta cheese? Well, how many holes are in a straw? You got to answer that question
Is
first.
cereal soup?
I'm genuinely intrigued with all the high-profile jobs coinciding simultaneously with a dearth of available proven high-end coaches.
Okay.
What is the best available job?
Florida.
I tend to agree with that. I think, God, I don't even know. Florida State, one of those two. I think that's the only way you can look at it. But if I just look at the P4 jobs, right, and I say, I think Florida's number one. What's open right now? Florida number one. LSU or Penn State?
Penn State right now.
Florida 1, Penn State 2.
Auburn?
I was going to say LSU or Auburn. Probably LSU.